So all praise to the Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, giving all praise and glory to his holy name. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. As always, we're going to start off with Colossians 3:17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all by Hashem Mashiach Yahawashi. Give me thanks to the Most High and the Father by Hashem Mashiach Yahawashi. So, I'm going over a lesson concerning Gentiles, which only mean nations and foreigners, strangers and so forth. Gentile. That's what it means. So look it up for yourself. That's what it means. So when you look at a Gentile, it could be any nation. So when you look in the Bible and you see that the Gentiles are the other nations, besides just, what you see in this is the 10th chapter pertaining to Japheth, we're going to find that out. All nations are pretty much Gentiles. Just means nation. So if you're a nation, it means you're a collection of people that the Most High have made, man and woman and children. So you're a Gentile. So a lot of people, when you get to the New Testament, you don't realize that a lot of the question with everyone, or everyone to bring in the other nations when it says Gentile, when it just means nation or stranger or foreigner and so forth. So let's look at one case scenario in Acts 14, the 14th chapter. And you see that they're moving around, Let's look at Acts 14 and start at 19. And there came thither certain Jews from Antioch and Iconium, who persuaded the people, and having stoned Paul, he got stoned by his own people, drew him out of the city, supposing he had been dead. Mosai, through Mashiach told him he's going to be persecuted for Bahashama Mashiach Yahushai namesake, because he was going against the people for Bahashama Mashiach Yahushai namesake. So it says, howbeit, as the disciples stood round about him, he rose up and came into the city. And the next day he departed with Barnabas to Derbe. He didn't stop doing the work. They stoned him. They thought he was dead, threw him out the city. And when they had preached the gospel to that city and had taught many, they returned again to Lystra and to Iconium and Antioch, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, believing in the Most High, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High. You hear that? That we must, through much tribulation. He just was stoned. Enter into the kingdom of the Most High. This ain't no light thing. If you want an easy way, go back to your religions. And you're going to burn with those that don't believe that you got to keep the laws of the Most High. You got to have faith in the Most High. You got to fear the Most High. And when they had ordained them elders in every church, see, they ordained elders. Those are the men that are 51 years old and older. That's from the law. Numbers the 4th chapter. And had prayed with fasting, they commended them to Mashiach Yahushai, on whom they believed. And after they had passed throughout Pisidia, they came to Pamphylia. And you see, when you read Acts the 2nd chapter, as I went over, in verse 5 said there were Jews, devout men, out of all the nations, right? That came. And then from verse 9, Acts 2 and 9 down tells you where they came from. You see some of these, they were Israelites that came to the feast of Pentecost. The church is not operating under the laws of the Most High to keep the feast days of the Most High. But we were at this time. Like we're coming back to it now and doing it. Verse 25, and when they had preached the word in Perga, they went down into Attalia, and thence sailed to Antioch, from whence they had been recommended to the grace of the Most High for the work which they fulfilled. You imagine how Paul felt being stoned? Can you imagine that rocks hitting you? He's still doing the work. He's been stoned. You have to be hurting. So when people say, I can't do, I can't, man, get out. This man was, look, he was stoned. Look, verse 19, Acts 14:19, and there came thither certain Jews, Israelites, from Antioch and Iconium, who persuaded the people, and having stoned Paul, threw him out of the city, supposing he had been dead. So they stoned him to be unconscious, thinking he dead. Verse 26, and thence sailed to Antioch, from whence they had been recommended to the grace of the Most High for the work which they fulfilled. And when they had come and had gathered the church together, they rehearsed all that the Most High had done with them, and how he had opened the door of faith unto the Gentiles. Right? So you would think that just talking about other nations? No. It's talking about the Israelites. The Israelites. Because we're a nation too. Goyim, in the ancient, in the modern Hebrew, Yiddish, open the door of faith unto the Gentiles. Those Israelites that were in these different lands. And there they abode long time with the disciples, teaching the Gentiles who are Israelites. So you got to understand, they were mixed among the nations, scattered among all these different nations. That's why he's saying Iconium and, different places that we were at, but we didn't have the knowledge, wisdom, understanding of the Most High's laws, statutes, commandments, and knowing that Mashiach Yahushua had came back. He didn't go to these places. That's why he had the apostles. He sent them out to go to these places. Paul, rugged. You see how rough he is? He was stoned. They thought he was dead. Just knocked out. Got up, woke up, back to the work. That's what it's all about. That's what Most High said, Revelation 18:4. So then I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins. See, that's real. Come out of the mindset. That's why they were in the Gentile mindset, and they were involved in the sins of these nations that were occupying these lands that they were living in. That's why you got Corinth, you got Thessalonians and Philippians and Colossians, all these different lands that we lived in. We were following the laws, statutes, commandments of the idols of the nations, idolatry and so forth. Whatever they was doing, like it is now, whatever it is, we're going to be all involved in it. What is it that we not involved in as Israelites? We involved in everything. They come up with everything. Whatever they come up with. Here we are, all involved in it. Anything new, we jump right in it. So I said, come out of her, my people. That's the mindset. You look at Babylon the Great, America, you talk about being influenced with the wine or the rap or the fornication of she's going to bring upon those that follow her ways, follow the way she have everybody thinking. It's a mindset. So that's what you're looking at, Israelites that were not in the right mindset of knowing the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, the truth, knowing that a Mashiach Yahushua had came in the flesh, had died for them. He said in Matthew 15:24, but he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. House of Israel, the northern tribes. It's a house of Israel. And part of Judah went off. You see what I'm saying? So when you look at it, he said out of his own mouth, he only came for the Israelites. So now here they is. They're going to the Israelites that scattered in these different lands. Like, we got to go. Our job is pretty much like Paul's. And going to the other Israelites that don't know that they're Israelites, they're strangers to us. Most of them strangers, foreigners, they're scattered. Mostly they scattered brain because they think wrong. The way you think is the way you speak, it's the way you act. Those consecutive orders. So they don't know. That's why I say, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. What's that going to plague this place like never ever before? That he's going to give them a name that's going to last forever and ever and ever. Understand and overstand. It's about the Most High. Forever and ever and ever. He's going to be all in all. That's what this is all about. You can get all high-minded thinking you're Israelite. You think this, that, and the third, whatever. It's all about the Most High in the end. He going to allow Mashiach to rule 1,000 years. Then the Most High going to be all in all, because the Mashiach going to be subject to him. The whole world, everything, all the way down to the little ant, going to be subject to the Most High in a righteous kingdom. Yes. And he going to be all in all. Forever and ever and ever. Ain't nobody ever going to be calling on this God, that God, this idol, that idol. Ain't going to be none of that. It's going to be all about our power, who we are so blessed to know and have a relationship with. The power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. What's sin? Sin is the transgression of the Most High's laws. That's what they're doing. He said he don't want us to be a part of that. But what? That we don't receive of the plagues he going to bring upon this place. Jeremiah 10:2. Jeremiah 10:2. Thus said the Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. Learn not the way of the heathen. Hear what he said? Learn not the way of the heathen. Heathen means Gentile too. Nation, because I did a series on among the Gentiles, among the nations, among the heathen. Yeah. Very interesting. Check it out. But the Most High said, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them. You see? We knew about, and you keep reading this, talk about the Christmas tree here. Christmas. The Christmas tree. We're not dealing with that. He just told us, learn not the way of the heathen. Psalms 106:35. But what do we do? Oh, don't do that? Oh, we gonna do it. Tell us we can't do something? Oh, I'm gonna do it. Because we rebellious. Rebellious. But you're gonna change, or Most High gonna do away with you. Psalms 106:35. But were mingled among the heathen. He said, learn not the way of the heathen, right? He said, come out of her, that you will be partaker of her sins. So you learn the way of the heathen. All the gods of the nations are idols. Psalms 96:5. But the Most High made the heavens. That's why I said, don't be dismayed at the signs of heaven. You see the chariots and so forth, the vehicles, the angels of the Most High rolling around, doing maneuvers and stuff. They amazed at this. We're not supposed to be amazed at this, because we sung the song, Sweet and Low, Sweet Chariot, coming for to carry me home. I looked over Jordan, which going down, the river going down to Israel, not the Nile going down to Africa, but looked over Jordan, what did I see? A band of angels coming for me. We knew that. They coming. Believe that. 200 million of them. Revelation 9:16 declares it. Listen, he said, but were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. He said, learn not the way of the heathen. But were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. And they served their idols. See? Until this day. Look at all these different religions. They waiting on tomorrow to worship the sun, God, Nimrod and Tammuz. So the pagans worship that. So is it from the Most High, or is it from the pagans? Is it from the right hand, or is it from the left hand? You make the call. You've been doing it. All you that been doing it better recognize Most High said the seventh day is the day that you worship him. Look at a calendar, but I know that'll make you too intelligent. Look at a calendar and you see when the first day is. That's all over the world. tomorrow. He said, and they served their idols, which were a snare unto them. A trap. That's what the Most High said, don't do it. Come out of it. You can do it. Don't think you did so much that the Most High can't forgive you. If you want to change truly your way and stop being wicked, hold that. Get Acts 17 and 30. It said, in the times of this ignorance, you not knowing what you're supposed to do. The Most High winked at it. He winked at it. But now commanded all men everywhere to repent. You can't just say, okay, he gonna forgive me like y'all they say. Oh, Jesus Christ, he nailed all my sins to the cross when he died for whatever I do. Are you serious? That means you can do whatever you want to do, and he gonna run to the Most High and say, forgive him, Father, forgive him, Father. I don't think so. You better think again. You better come again. I don't think so. He got something for you on that too. Because why would you have to go to him if you know you did something wrong? So you knew it before you did it. Hebrews 10 and 26. For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, you know, we as Israelites, whether we know or don't know, we know the knowledge of the truth. We know we ain't supposed to be doing certain things that we do and have done. There remaineth no more sacrifice for sins. The Most High said, I ain't going to the Most High on your behalf. That's why the Most High just told us, the time of your ignorance not knowing, excuse me, your time of your ignorance not knowing, he winked at it. You know, say, okay, I'm going to let you slide. You didn't know, but he demanded and commanded all men to repent, to ask for forgiveness, sincerely. Be sorry for what you've done in breaking his heart. You ever thought about that? Breaking his heart. His mind. When he loved us. He said, Jacob have I loved. But then here we are hurting his feelings. From one to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. How would you like somebody hurt your feelings that you love? You wouldn't take it for 1 second. You'd be ready to go off. But here he got a whole nation of people that he loved, and we just hurt his feelings. That's why it says, but a certain, verse 27, but a certain fearful, looking for of judgment and fiery indignation. Go bring fire and burn people up, as I'm saying, which shall devour the adversary. You become the enemies of the Most High. So here we are. He said, learn not the way of the heathen, and then we will mingle among the heathen and learn their works. That's what he said don't do. Here it is, we doing it. And they served their idols. Verse 36 of Psalms 106. And they served their idols, which were a snare unto them. Yeah, they sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils. Most of us said we ain't supposed to have fellowship with no devils. And shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and of their daughters, whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan. And the land was polluted with blood. Took our sons and daughters and sacrificed them to this dang on idol. What kind of mindset is that? Take your own children and sacrifice them to some dang on idol. That's the mindset that we had. The land was polluted with blood. Thus were they defiled with their own works, and went a-whoring with their own inventions, creating things to be wicked, just to go against the Most High's rules and regulations. Therefore was the wrath of the Most High kindled against his people, insomuch that he abhorred, he hated his own inheritance. And he gave them into the hand of the heathen. Hear that? He gave us into the hand of the heathen, and the heathen know that we were in captivity for our sins, for breaking the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. And you got these churches, these leaders of these churches saying, we don't have to keep the laws of the Most High. We ain't under the law, but we're under mercy and grace. And this is why we went into captivity. That's what he said. And he gave them into the hand of the heathen. And they that hated them. Y'all better underline that hated them. Because a lot of y'all think they loved you. He said, and they that hated them ruled over them. They don't love us. He said, they that hated them ruled over them. Their enemies also oppressed them, and they were brought into subjection under their hand. That's from the Assyrian captivity. Excuse me, the Egyptian captivity, Assyrian captivity, the Babylonian captivity, the Persian Mede captivity, the Greeks, the Romans, and the wicked Israelites that ruled during the Byzantine Empire until the Renaissance period of the Esau coming out of the Caucasus Mountains, 1453 to 1492, which is the Renaissance period, to now, ruling over us. Many times did he deliver them, but they provoked him with their counsel. Most I hear everything. His eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the secret things of men. He doing that in secret before the Most High. 10,000 times brighter than the sun? Are you serious? He said, many times did he deliver us, but we provoked him with their counsel, without counsel. We get in a group of counseling against what he wants us to do, and were brought low for their iniquity. Nevertheless, he regarded their affliction. He regarded it because he had compassion when he heard their cry. When he heard their cry. He regarded our affliction when he heard our cry. Not when he heard us having a good time, enjoying wickedness and doing the things that's wrong, contrary to sound doctrine of the Most High. And he remembered for them his covenant and repented according to the multitude of his mercies. He only have mercy on his saints. He only have grace to the saints. But remember this covenant, his contract, his agreement that he made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to the 12 tribes of Israel. That's the only covenant that he made, was with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the 12 tribes of Israel. He remembered when he heard our cry. When we afflicted and we started crying, then he heard it. Because at the time you crying, you in a very humble state. Not prideful. Why are you going to come and deal with us now if you think you all that? Why should he save us? If all of us think we are that, nobody have no humility. You better have some humility. Most High name is jealous, and he's going to bring you down. Believe that. Believe that. Because a lot of you think, because you're an Israelite, you made it, you better understand. He said he's going to start with us first. And when he start bringing that wrath down, I just hope that, we are worthy to be able to stand before him and he look over us and keep moving to the next that he's going to bring down. They bring that wrath on and mock and laugh at them when they start crying and calling them because they don't fear him now. And I say fear means to be afraid, to be scared of him, to do what he say do, knowing what's going to happen. But then when you have something happen, you start crying to, please, I won't do it no more. I won't do it. Please save me. Please let me out of this. I'm in pain. I'm hurting. Please. You're crying to him then. But that don't mean he's going to help you. Because he the one that wound and heal. He the one that killed and make alive. But who put him in that? Oh, it's so sad that it happened. But he the one that does it. But we don't know. We don't have a clue. But we're going to know about him if you continue to look at what this word is saying. Because he's all in this word. Like when somebody talking about God will handle the Bible. Show me what you're talking about. It's a good way to see if you want to continue to let them pray for you and do the things that they talk all that stuff that they want to talk. Because we got to reach him. He the man. That's the ultimate man. Man of war. You see? And with war, you have different strategies. How you're going to maneuver here, maneuver there, maneuver here, maneuver there, and get the end results of the victory. And that's what we have the opportunity to have. The victory. Hallelujah. Yeah, so look at Ephesians, the first chapter, so we can understand. Because a lot of times people go to these chapters and they have been programmed by the religions and so forth to think that these chapters are talking to other nations, when they're really talking about the Israelites. So let's prove that. Ephesians 1:1. Paul, an apostle of Mashiach Yahushua, by the will of the Most High, to the saints which are at Ephesus, and to the faithful in Mashiach Yahushua. So it says to the saints. So is it talking to anyone but the saints? It says to the saints, right? Which are at Ephesus, the land of Ephesus, right? So let's go find out who the saints are. Psalms 50:5. This is the long route. We're going to take the long route. Psalms 50:5. We get understanding through the precepts. So Psalms 50:5. We defining who the saints are. It says to the saints. So there's no doubt about it who he's talking to. Psalms 50:5. Gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. So those who have made a covenant with the Most High by sacrifice are his saints. So who's this covenant given to? Let's find out. Psalms 105:8-10. He hath remembered his covenant, which is a contract or agreement forever. The word which he commanded to 1,000 generations, which covenant he made with Abraham, and his oath unto Isaac, and confirmed the same unto Jacob for a law, and to Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, for an everlasting covenant. Right? So far we see Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the covenant was given to. Right? Just a moment.